Hello guys, I'm back. I'm showing you some things that I've sold over the last day. And one here is this book signed by Jimmy Carter. I have two of them. I have one left now. But this book here was signed by Jimmy Carter. I bought this book a while ago. I paid $1 for it. Nobody bothered to look at to see if there was a signature in it. And I'm showing you there is, and I got $200 for it. Somebody made me an offer. I was asking more than that, but I took it. I had that book for a while now, and I had sold another one I had too I sold it really cheap for $150. It was a different book, but it was also signed by Jimmy Carter. I got a total of 3 books signed by Jimmy Carter. Must have been a collector had passed away, and his wife donated them to the thrift store. And I was in the thrift store looking through the books, and I happened to see these books were signed. So I immediately bought these books. And this Bible here, I got this in another bookstore that I go to downtown here, and I got this book for 50 cents. All 3 of these books here were 50 cents each. And this book here is a 1947 Bible. And it's got illustrations and pictures and maps and everything in it. It's very good condition for the age of the book. And it's got a library binding. If you look in the back here, you see this in the back there. That right there going across shows you that's a library binding. That's a very strong book. So that book there I sold for $30, and I charged $10 shipping. And that's getting mailed out today along with the Jimmy Carter. Now these 2 Bibles here, they're newer. This one here is from the 60s, this Bible. I believe it's from the 60s. And I paid for this Bible 50 cents. And I got 15 for it. And the person that bought this Bible also bought this Bible. And this is from the 90s. This is a 93 Bible. And that person paid $15 for that one also. And the shipping cost they paid was $5 for each book. So the total shipping cost is $10 and change that they paid for these 2 books. And it shouldn't cost more than $10 for me to mail. And the same thing with this one. They paid $10 shipping. It's probably going to cost me $6. And this one here, I charged like $20 shipping, I believe. And it's, with the insurance and stuff, it's probably going to be around $14 or $15. But I'm just showing you some things that I sold. And here I sold some pine needles. I sold an $80 order. And the pine needles go priority. And they're going to go in this big box. I haven't set it up yet. I'm just showing you. That big box there, it don't matter. I could put any amount of weight in this flat rate. It'd go anywhere in the country and get there in 3 days. And that big box there is going to have 3.5 pounds in it. And this box here, I got a 2.5 pound order for $60. And that's going to go in the smaller boxes. And that's going to be 5 of these big rolls. 5 of these big rolls going in this box. And then a bunch of these little rolls. And the big box here, the bigger box, 7 rolls are going to go in it. And a bunch of little rolls. So I'm just showing you that that's what I sold. In a day, it took a solid day to sell all of that. So that's 80, 60, 140, 200, 340, $40, or no, $30, 370, and then 30, $400. So it's around $400 worth of stuff around there. Well, I make money. I charge extra on the shipping. On this big, large order here, I charge $23 shipping, and it costs me a little less. I get a discount, so I'm going to pocket a little money on that. But no, because when I box that load, when I box them needles, I put them in gingerly, and I watch how I put them in and stuff. And sometimes I put paper in there and make sure they're not going to move. So, you know, I really tape the heck out of the box. I use these tape rolls. This tape roll here, I'll tape the heck out of that box. And I got tons of tape. I buy tons of it. And I'll cover that whole box. One's going to California, one's going somewhere else. I'm not sure exactly where it's going. It's going west, but I gotta print everything out. But I'm just showing you, my room's kind of a mess right now. I got a big overstock. I'm just gonna kind of whiz my camera around real quick and show you. So I kind of covered things up because I don't like to show my room the way it looks. But what am I gonna do? This is business. I probably have in this room right now, I have around 1,700 books that are listed, that are up online. 1,700 or more, a little more than, about 1,730 or 40, something like that, because they're not only on the one site, I do have some books on another website. So yeah, it might even be 1,750 total. So the newer books, I put them on a different site. The books that are over 20 years old, I put on another site, because that's the way I have to do it. So the one side I have to put vintage books, and the other side I can put newer books. So that's the way I operate. So I'm going to show you here the mess. I'm going to go real quick. This one wall right here, and these books here weren't listed. The one stacked in front ain't listed. But that one wall there, that's over 1,000 books right there. And it's a lot of books. Now this wall here, that's one stack going up and down. That's one stack. That's one case. That's another case. Then on the back wall, I got two more big stacks. Then over here, I got another big giant case. And then over here, I got a big giant case, and I got a stack on the floor. And all them books in that case and that stack, they're all listed. And I have more books on the other side. I'm not going to show you, but they're on the side of the table. And oh, what the heck? I got more books over here that are stacked. The ones up against the table, they're all listed. All my books are listed. So it's like 1,750 books, I'm saying, because they're on another site. Now, these books down here, that's my reserve to list. I didn't list these books down here. It's probably 100, no, maybe not 100, maybe 20, maybe about 80 books there that ain't listed yet, that are below, laying on the side here, that I got to list. I bought them. I grabbed one. I see them. These books here in a stack, they're not listed yet. Books down here ain't listed in a box. In a box over there, they're not listed. Down on the floor, I got some really old analog science fiction books. They're not listed. This big stack is all listed. All these shelves are listed. It's over probably about $80,000 worth of books in this room, if not more. It's a lot of books. 1,700 of them are listed, and I'm saying 500 or 600 are not listed yet that I got to list. And I'm compulsive with this stuff. I go out and get more books, but then I'll stop for a while. I'll start listing my piles. And usually I take the most valuable books and I put them up first. Like these two books in this bag. They're $80 and $20 shipping. They're going to go up right away. And then I have another book over here in this bag. That's an $80 book. That's going up right away. Below that, I got a Woody Allen book. That's going up right away. Because they're valuable books. So look, this is my book room. This is all my book stuff. My computer's here behind the boxes. I was trying to make it nice and neat. These books here on the table, I'm listing them. They're my next in line to get listed. And then the stacks go away, and I put two new stacks on each side and list again. And here's my tape. I tape the boxes. Here's how I ship the books. I ship the books in these bags, polyester bags. And what I do with the books is I put them in I pad them. Sometimes I'll put them in cardboard. I got cardboard in the back there, and I'll cut it out and I'll put it around the corners of the book. I wrap the books. I got newspaper. I got tons of paper, and I take the paper and I stack the books in the paper. I wrap them in the paper. I stack them. Sometimes I melt two at a time, and I'll melt them together, and I'll paper up one, I'll paper up the other, and then I'll put the things together, and then I'll put a bubble wrap around them. I have bubble wrap in the other room. I have a big giant roll of it, and then I'll put them in those polyester bags. I got hundreds of these. I got it here. There's a big box of them. I buy hundreds. I think there's 500 in here, and I think there's 200 in each bag or something like that. And I buy them for like, I don't know, $40, $30, and they'll last me, for a little bit. And I'll mail out hundreds of books, and then when I run low, I'll get more. And I have a laser printer, so the way I print is, see, that's kind of a mess too. But I got a laser printer here, and I print with the laser printer. I print my labels right out on the computer. There's some rolls. Each one of them rolls have a couple hundred labels, and I don't need no ink or nothing. It's a laser printer, and I print the labels out. I stick them on the polyester bags, and I mail the stuff out right away. And I go to the post office. All my labels are there. They just check them out, and then they give me a receipt, and then I leave, and it pops up on my computer. All my books were mailed out, and a lot of times I try to get first editions. And I want to show you what a first edition is, but, oh boy. Okay, well, the books are numbered, and if you look in the copyright page of a book, and I'm going to show you it another time in another book. If you look in I'm going to show you it another time when I'm set up for it. If you look in the page, the copyright page, it'll have numbers on it. And it might have like 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to number 10. And if that has that many numbers on it, it's like a 1990 book or 2000 book or whatever book it is, that means it's a first edition. It don't have to say first edition. If it has a number 1 in it, and then it goes up to number 10, that's a first edition. Or sometimes it'll be alphabetical. It'll be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever, H. And that'll be a first edition. It has the letter A in it. And that's first edition book. And first edition books are rare. Sometimes there's only 100,000 of first edition books made. And then first edition books go for a lot of money because they're first edition books. They're the first book made. And what happens is they'll make a reprint of a book when a mistake happens. Here we go. Here's a book here. This ain't a valuable book. It's probably a $10, $12 book. I'm just showing you. It's like new. And I'm going to show you first edition right here. See this page? This is the copyright page. On this copyright page, you see the number 1 here. And then on this side is number 2. It goes back and forth, odd, even, 3, 4, like that. Well, that 1 means this is a first edition. And it don't have to say first edition. As long as it has them numbers, that's a first edition book. And sometimes they will say in the book first edition. And when you get an older book, an old book from the 60s or something, it might be in alphabetical. It might be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like that. And that's first edition. Sometimes the old books don't say first edition in them. They'll just say the year, 1950. And then you could pull the book up on a website. I'll get into this later in another video. But some of the very old books, 1930s, 40s, 50s, they don't say first edition. But there's ways to look up and find out they're a first edition book. There are ways to do that. But all right, guys, I wanted to make this short. I just want to show you, okay, so $400 worth of stuff. I got to pack it, mail it, and go. And yes, the Jimmy Carter book, I still have one more for sale, and I am asking $300 for that one. I'm not going to drop that one. I got real lucky. I went in a store where somebody had a husband or a wife that was a collector, and they donated all the books. They didn't realize the signature's worth a lot of money. Because I had another book that I had sold a while ago of Ron Paul. It was signed by Ron Paul. I sold that for $150. That was a couple months ago. And that came from the same batch with the Jimmy Carter books. Okay, guys. Making money with selling books, making money online. This is my my new YouTube thing. I just started it not long ago, and I'm giving it a go. Okay. Oh, and one more thing. If you want to sell books online, scope out the sites. eBay, I mean, I'm not knocking eBay. I don't want to knock eBay. But not all sites are good for selling books. So you want to scope out what sites to sell them. There's Bonanza Books. There's a ton of different websites to sell books. But some sites are not good for selling books, and some sites are. And that's all I want to say. eBay is a great site to sell different things, but it's not good for everything, and not every site is good for everything. Okay, guys, over and out.